Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we're here with Banner of the Stars. Once again, I do want to apologize for my ramshackle getup that I'm hearing, but it is extremely hot around here. I'm recording at 10 p.m., which I know might not be a thing for all of you people who stay up super late. I haven't been that kind of person in a long time, and I'm trying to record when it's cool. But it's over 80 here, and yeah, so for this, I'm trying to stay as cool as possible. And I guess I apologize for all of my other irregularities as well these days. But anyway, on to the show. I don't have many notes to go over here. Comment from the Discord. Alro Savant indicates that either the show was bad at saying it, or obviously I was bad twice through on picking it up. But the years that have passed have only been 3, not 6. And double checking with my notes here. Obviously, I did mention that I put down the listing for two things happening in the same year that I think were listed separately. Yeah, the month of Roswick, day 14, Imperial Year 955, 120 United Mankind Armadas assault of the Alb capital, both forces decimated and ceasefires called. And then 1023, Basaril arrives at the naval station. So obviously I included both events happening at the same time in that same year, while also saying 6 years had passed. I think what I had done is that I had said that the United Mankind Armada invasion, attacking the capital, happened 3 years after the part of the episode that we saw last time, when in fact I believe I also said Suffolk enough the attack there was a decoy for the Armada's invasion on the capital. So I kind of said both things last episode. So take it in mind that I have recollected those thoughts, fixed them, so now I understand that 3 years ago the attack on Suffolk enough and the capital happened at the same time, and now we're 3 years in the future. Because even in my notes, I have Imperial Year 955 written down for the first episode of Banner, and 952 listed in the first episode of Crest of the Stars. So, where the notes are concerned, both things are validated. So, I acknowledge your comment, Alro Savant. You were right. I was somehow watched the episode twice and got it wrong. Otherwise, I think we should just head over to the board real quick, just to note down the what two changes, three changes. Obviously, we have the cat lineage I've added. We have Holia, which was Lafiel's cat when she was a child, that she thought might have been part of her lineage. Her dad messed with her. Then we have Holia's, I think it was son, Zanelia, who then had Daiho. So Daiho, Holia's great grandson, father? Sorry, I've already forgotten. Point being, it's a cat. It's a cat, and it's a long line of cats. What else? Sabosh is the only named crew member so far I have on Lafiel's new ship, so obviously we have the attached line here. Could have sworn I had somebody else. Oh, that's right. Attached. I attached this one to the Ramage, the Empress. What was he? Hector Commander? I think it was Hector Commander because Lafiel is a Deca Commander. So, yeah, he is allied to the Empress, Hector Commander Kutakel. Otherwise, nobody else got named last time. Last episode was tantamount to a recap episode, really, if you think of it. I think only 30 to 40% of the episode was new stuff. And that new stuff just being what is their relationship like now. So, fair enough, I guess. I'm not going to complain. I appreciated the outcome of it. Oh, also, of course, the the simulated fight. Have to go with that too. But I appreciate the outcome of the prompting that our unnamed guy on the bridge did. I don't so much like the amount of time it took to get Jinto there, right? Because that was a lot of faffing about. So hopefully this episode we start getting actually into it. Oh, I guess the only read I have actually on the notes now that I remember it is the fact that they mentioned the planet's inhabited and they've mentioned a time, which makes me think something's happening here. Otherwise, the fact that the planet's inhabited doesn't matter. It was useless information. And the fact that a time frame was given also doesn't matter. In that case, why even give it to us? Unless it's like we're using bits of the book and this was in the book and we didn't follow it up with anything. So, loss effort. Anyway, I think we're just going to go ahead and get into it now. So, thank you for joining me once again, and let's go ahead and get into Banner of the Stars, Episode 2.
Dear Ho. 3年ぶりだが、そなた、相変わらず節操がないな。
To be fair, it is an adorable cat. Screw my whole 10:30 thing, right? We're just gonna jump back 40 days.
ごめん、迷惑かけたね、ラフィール。どうせ到着任務中は暇であるからな。でもそなたの常識のなさには呆れた。我らは戦場に行くんだぞ。かわいそうじゃないか、猫を連れてきては。大丈夫。総員退去の時は僕が責任を持ってディアオフを連れて行くよ。不吉なことを言うでない。
I guess in fairness, if anything happens to y'all, it should happen to the cat too. Because who else is gonna be here? Or who else is gonna take care of the cat, right?
僕の家はこのバスロイドしかないんだから。誰かに預けておけば済むことであろう。けれど軍規違反じゃないだろう。良識のある人間はやらぬ。なんとなく不真面目な雰囲気があるからな。でも昔のアーブはよく子連れで戦闘艦に乗ったって聞いたけど。日常生活と戦闘の区別があんまりつかない時代があったんだ。
In the Empire.
でも今はそうじゃない。まだ。分かったよ。機会があればラクファカールに戻すよ。でも預ける場所が思いつかないな。死刑囚議官の友達は。
So I'm just suddenly thinking of the fact that we used to bring kids along, and now I'm thinking of 86 and the whole hostage thing, or mascot, or whatever you want to call it.
おいで、ディアホ。おばさんは君にいてほしくないみたいだよ。バカ。
Only a year older than you.
嬉しいかい、ディアホ。3年前、僕が初めて見たラフィールの故郷。星たちの眷属が集うそこは。
We did see him and Lafiel together in front of the Empress, so we know he went there.
だけど、その星たちのどれよりも今目の前にある戦場。
Although that would have been right after the giant battle, right? So it literally would have been a graveyard of ships. Triple Alliance. What happened to the fourth one? Gonna have to go back and find out who's missing. Oh man, we're entering Legend of the Galactic Heroes territory. Not as many fleets though. Okay, we're in intro territory. So, obviously, already one important factor is that one of the nations has left the Nova Sicily Treaty Military Alliance, or the Four Nations Alliance, because now it's only 3. It looks like the Federation of Hanya, just going off of, see, it's opening, I can check my notes. It looks like the Federation of Hanya wasn't listed there, right? So they must have left the treaty, which, according to my notes, they were the second strongest of the four the non-Ob nations. So, I guess take that for what it's worth. They lost their second strongest player, and now they only have their third and fourth string. Although, I've also, the thing that jumped out to me the most there is how unhelpful it is to have somebody called Admiral Abriel. Because conceivably, depending on how many kids there are in the 8 families, there could be a large number of Admiral Abriels. Captain Abriels. It's all depending on how many of them want to be using a specific name or not. I assume Lafiel is one of the exceptions. Okay, we're back to the day. We're back to the time. Different day, though. What's the point? Oh, that's right. On the next time on, we saw that cool new mine shooting ship. They're also not counting out the probabilities anymore. It's a pretty cool command ship. Ah, what a shame.
Huh? こんなにあっさりおまけになるなら、最初から尻尾を巻いて逃げておしまいになればよろしいのに。
我々の進行速度を読み間違えたのでしょう。スポール閣
Oh, it's a
下。
fleet.
現に今までは敵のほとんどが戦闘のないまま撤退しています。おそらくどこかで反撃の時を。
分かりきった話はやめてくださらない。
But I only said it was a shame because it was a cool-looking ship. I do not support these people.
アプティック政権首相閣下が通信を求めていらっしゃいます。
And by these people, I mean the Three
第
Nations
一艦隊
Alliance.
スポール提督からの連絡艇です。
つないで。
第一艦隊はアプティック政権内の敵人類統合体の要塞を破壊攻略を完了いたしました。詳細な報告は思考結晶にてお持ちしております。
わかった。秘匿回線を接続後、転送頼む。
So many new characters to keep track of.
返信をまとめるまでしばし待たれよ。
は。
我が軍に被害らしい被害は出ていないようですね。
予定通り、スポール提督の第一艦隊にはこのままミスケル・ダル
we got
の
a
国
map
に向け
now.
て
That's
敵の主
cool.
要な門を攻略しながら
I
進
love
行してい
maps.
ただきます。我々第三艦隊と後続の第五艦隊はその後ろを順次抑えながら主補給線を開設。同時に第二、第
There
四
is a
艦
lot
隊
of
は
enemy
その
territory.
両側から進行。周辺の有人政権を制圧し防御線を固めます。
そのまま敵の領土を切り裂いて味方の領土まで駆け抜ける迅
That
速
must
さ
be
が
the
勝
wall
負
we
です。
talked about before, though.
連絡艇より戦況報告転送されました。出します。
敵が攻撃に転じる前にどこまで進めるか。
Did the other group like form an independent third territory?
帰国の空間封鎖を解除させる力は我が政権単独にはありません。ですが我々はあなた方が撤退するその日まで地表で戦い続けます。この艱難信仰を背負うことは人類統合体の一員に課せられた高貴な義務であり、我々は喜んでそれを果たすものであることをここに震えるほどの感動とともに明
Your
ら
ass
か
is
に
gonna
し
get
ます。
bombarded from orbit.
頑張ってくださいね。
は
あ、退屈なお話だったわね。せっかく熱心に話し
I
て
think
く
that's
ださった
exactly what I said would happen last
首相閣下に申し訳ないけ
episode.
ど参謀長、私があのお話に付き合っている間に状況の変化はあった？
惑星第3アプティックの空間領域は完全に制圧しました。恒星アプティック周辺の反物質燃料製造工場の7割区部は接収完了。さらに我が方の軌道反物質燃料製造工場はすでに予定の6割2分が展開を終えています。第4アプティックに設置予定の物質燃料推進剤採取基地は航路の 0.17 工程を消化しています。
I assume they just
物質
won't
燃
land
料
on the planet,
推
right?
進
They
剤
don't need
採取基
to.
地の設置が一番遅れそうですが、あと218時間ほどで全て
つまり予定通りに進んでいるわけね。
はい。
そういう時はね、変化なしって報告してくださればいいのよ。物事をもっと簡潔に済ませることを学んだ方がおよろしいんじゃなくて。
わかりました。
I
以降
think I said
気をつけ
before
ます
about the
つ
method of
まらないわね、参謀
saying
長。
things without saying them.
俺は一体何を期待されてここにいるんだろうな。
通信参謀、デクスパを呼び出して。
了解。
司令官、出発の準備はいかがかしら？
完璧です、司令長官。
お分かり、参謀長。これが簡潔な報告というものよ。直ちに出発してちょうだい。
はい、予定通り偵察分艦隊デクスファはミスケル星系方面の偵察を行います。
Okay, that's the name of the ship, not that guy. Noted for the future.
本当に退屈だわ。
I still really like her character. She's fun.
サムソンさんも降りればよかったのに。
Now we know his name,
そい
finally.
つはダメだな。
どうして？
あの惑星じゃ少子は疎まれる。せっかく重視だけで盛り上がってるのに、偉そうな上官様がいるとしらけてしまうんだよ。重視時代にはその辺が分かってない少子たちにじっくりこの世の法則というものを言い聞かせたもんだ。今さら俺が法則を破るわけにはいかないだろう。
じゃあ
Oh, right.
僕もダメです
I
ね。
almost thought they were at Aptic 3. I'm like, what are we doing here in this invasion?
そりゃ効果は絶大だよ。まあ何事も経験だから降りてみたいというなら止めはしないがね。
お気遣いなく、そういう経験はたっぷり積んでいるんですよ。
そりゃご愁傷様だな。
まったく。
Almost got my shows mixed up too. The wandering bot that dispenses shit is so Macross.
大自然を感じることはできないからな。時々少子になったことを後悔するんだ。
成形師匠がまた話したがっている？
まだご用があるの？愚痴は聞いて差し上げたじゃない。
愚痴のおつもりでなかったのでは。
じゃあ何？まあいいわ。参謀長、ご用件を聞いて差し上げて。私ちょっと忙しいの。
了解しました。転送してくれ。
転送します。
首相閣下、申し訳ありませんが、司令長官は多忙なので私がご用件を伺います。
期間は？
参謀長を務めますクファティスです。
そうですか。
Finally got his name now too.
もう一度司令長官閣下とお話しする前にちょっと確かめておきたいことがあるんですよ。
何でしょう？
実は通信機械が故障していたのではないかと危惧しておりまして。
そのような事実は認められませんが。
そんなはずはない。 私は徹底抗戦の決意を明らかにしたつもりです。
はい、私の耳にもそう聞こえました。
ではこちらの機械がおかしいのかな。どうも司令長官閣下から激励の言葉をいただいたように思えたのですが。
全くその
I
通り
feel
で
like
す。
that was sarcasm.
その我々の常識から言うと抗戦の意思を明らかにしているのに敵軍の指揮官から激励されるというのは。
わかります。
今日この日のあることを覚悟してアーブ文化についてなるべく理解を深めたつもりでいたが、どうも足りなかったようですな。
I don't know what it is about this guy, but
なぜアーブになったんですか？
kind of appreciate him. You know, it's like, we'll fight you to the last.
これは仮の姿。
I
少子に士族身分
don't
がついてきた
understand.
た
I
またまア
studied
ーブをやってい
I
る。
studied for this.
さっさと退役して故郷で農場を営む。それが俺の望みだよ。
じゃあそもそもなぜ政界軍に入ったんです？
若気の至りだよ。若い頃は宇宙に出たくてね。で、いざ飛び出してみるとそうでもなかったと気づいた。けれど、青函船の機関の扱い方なんて知ってても、地上世界じゃ何の役にも
Okay,
立たない。
dude.
だろ？
They're clearly all about one thing.
それで、なんとか少子まで這い上がりゃ、年金全部つぎ込んでちっぽけな農園を変えるだろうって計算したわけだよ。
You're just, you're Roy Fokker from Cross. That's who you are.
俺の計算じゃあと2回くらい戦わなきゃ釣り合わない。それまでは働かせていただくさ。
どういう計算？
気持ちの問題だ。義理がたいんだよ。俺たち一族の人間は。
閣下が我が種族をどのようにお思いか存じませんが、アーブにも人それぞれの個性があります。私を含む大部分のアーブなら激励の言葉を送ったりなどしないでしょう。
つまりあの司令長官閣下はいささか上記から外れた部分があると。
お気をつけください。
あ、いや失礼。
Maybe not.
では機関ならどのように対応されるのです？
沖の住むまでご自由にといったところでしょうか。
それでは困るのです。
は？
サムソンさんの
Is he like trying to hear very specific words so that he can surrender and he doesn't want to fight?
アーブがつけた名で言えばリネー八国の惑星ダクフォーだ。知ってるか？
Why does that sound familiar?
がっかりだな。確かに目立つ世界じゃないが結構伝統あるんだぜ。
In my note taking section, I'm gonna search. I know I must have typed that word before.
じいさんの時代に帝国と人類統合体の勢力圏に挟まれてな、思い切って帝国に属することに決めたんだ。
なんで帝国なんです？
それがな、俺たちの食生活にはちょっと風変わりな面があってね、よそ者はギョッとするらしい。独立時代当時、統合体からは運動家とやらが入り込んできて、食生活を改めるようじいさんたちを説得しようとしたそうだ。今思えばそれが決め手になったんだろうな。アーブはこの件に関して何も言わない。少なくとも俺たちの前ではな。俺たちの食文化をそっとしておいてくれるなら、我らが麗しのミッドグラッドを陰でダクフォーと呼ぶぐらい許容できる短所というわけだ。
何を食べるの？
やめとこう。それを言って随分友達を亡くしたんだ。
私はあなたの友達じゃない。
Ouch.
アーブってのはこんなに身も蓋もない
At
の
the same
か。
time, you've been ogling Ob
それは
butts the entire
サ
time
ムソ
you've
ン
been
さん
up
の方
here.
がよくご存知でしょう。
Why would she
いや
care
だって
anymore?
僕はまだ3年ですから。
何かの侮辱？
とんでもない。
なるほど。首相閣下は私に降伏勧告を出してほしかったというわけね。
はい。暴虐な侵略者に完全と立ち向かう指導者は選挙民に受ける。
So I was right.
暴虐な侵略者というのは選挙民にいささか強い印象を与えようという以上の意図はありませんので。
ついては差別的な言葉を混ぜて強い調子の降伏勧告を出していただきたいと。
Ouch.
まあ最初のお話よりずっと興味
Yeah,
深
he's
い
trying to
わ。
play politics while also trying to
閣下はお
accomplish
話
what he
の
needs to
順番をお
accomplish.
間違いになったわ。私、騙されるのが嫌いだもの。最初からどういうおつもりか教えてくだされば対処のしようがあったものを。
は
それに後で司令長官殿下がここにいらっしゃるわ。降伏勧告はあの方のために残しておかないと 殿下はこういった催しが何よりお好きだから。ハイド政権に主権放棄を促した演説を聞いたことがあって。
いいえ、残念ながら。
Second
な
time
か
or
な
the
か良
first
かった
time?
わ。アブリアルにしては高圧的で嫌みったらしくて効果的だった。
我々は地上世界の統治を
Ah, Desanio, we're
優
back
雅さ
with
から
him.
は程遠い仕事と考えており、
まあ私ならもっと優雅にやる自信があるけれどね。そうそう、参謀長。
は、何か。
首相閣下がおっしゃった差別的な言葉って。
はあ。
例えばこの地表を這いずり回る土豚、
That is-
汚い海にへばりつく泥亀。
Yeah, maybe that one might be.
骨折的だけどかえって新鮮な響きがあるわ。
どうか
Please
気
don't.
に入りませんように。
Please don't turn into that kind of person.
君を出すつもりはない、ディアホ。ここのリスは君の獲物じゃない。ダメと言ったらダメだ。猫連れてきたの？だってバースロイルに残しておけないだろう。無人なんだから。あなたの猫、休
That's
暇
the
を
same
楽しん
reason
だ
why
か
you
しら。
can't leave him anywhere else. Makes
ネ
sense.
ズミのたくさんいる猫用の宿舎で預かってもらったから。よかった。でもラクファカールに送り返せと館長のお達しがあったから。館長が？戦場に猫を連れて行くのはなんとなく不真面目な雰囲気があるって。だからここでお別れだな。残念ね。この猫結構気に入ってたのに。猫にしてはマシだわ。そんなこと。
I would like the rest of the season with Dio here,
いい気になる
actually.
から。いい気でない猫なんて見たことがない。
そいつは宅建だな。艦長。
所属が決まった。突撃分艦隊ラトゥーシュ第1058突撃戦隊の第1突撃隊所属だ。12時間後に抜病する。
そいつは急な話ですな。
私もそう思う。だが訓練の一環なんだそうだ。
But we've already seen what the overall battle strategy is, so we know what we're heading into.
とある？
私たちにもわからないんだ。ついてのお楽しみということらしいよ。エクリア列翼少子。
休暇はあと2時間18分残ってるな。けどできれば今すぐ準備にかかってもらいたい。誰か意義のある者はいるか？
まあどうせ暇を持て余していましたからな。
じゃあエクリア列翼少子、獣士たちの乗るカリークを用意するがよい。我らは先に行っている。了解。行くぞ。はい。
Cool, we're getting everyone's names.
それはなんだ？はあ、艦長もよくご存知の猫です。ディアーホはラクファカールに戻せと言ったであろう。まだ時間があると思ってすぐ発送手続きを取ります。時間がない。やむを得ない。連れてくるがよい。けど今度の機会には送り返すんだぞ。
Dio, you're staying with us.
やれやれ。
I don't know why
どう
I'm...
考えても少子同士の会話じゃないな。ジント、我らの突撃隊司令の名前を知ってるか？知ってるはずないじゃないか。アトスリア百姓長というんだ。アトスリアってどこかで聞いたことのある名前だな。そなた本当に鈍いな。冷凍野菜並みに。
Oh, the Baron's sister.
ペペダーシュ男爵の妹と。
I'm remembering the last time on now.
お見事です。王女殿下。
Okay, so it's gonna be Sloug's daughter then. Okay. So that answers that question we had from last time. I'm saying we isn't the royal we, as we, all of us, because you, the majority of people out there, don't have a voice until you leave it in the comments. So, I don't know why I'm so excited to have Dio remain with us. I said I wanted it, it happened, I feel like I won. Otherwise, I guess the Baron's sister remained loyal. I mean, the Baron was upset that there was no warriors in the family, but obviously she went out and did her duty and kept her status, so... Otherwise, we got Samson's backstory, Samson's backstory of this planet. We know the battle operation, so we know where that can get all messed up. The map, man, the map is so clearly the Alba being split up in a way that I didn't think was possible. I thought there was like a thin line of bases, not like that looked like a BattleTech map or something, you know? It's like they got rocked by this war. Calling back to Desanya, taking the Hyde system, though confusingly, but I thought they were saying that they were retaking it since Hyde had seceded since the first taking. I love the politics part too, that was fun.
殿下の性格がどしがたいものであることを再認識しているだけです。
なるほど。
もちろん再認識する機会はいくらでもありましたし、これからもたくさんあるでしょうけど。あとするよ百姓長。実践だ。訓練じゃないんだ。
Okay, we get to see who they are then.
さあ競争だ。
ガムロイルから交換通信。時空融合せよ。
勇者にふさわしい歓迎を。
Okay. Thankfully, it's not assault on Battleship Bass Royal. I was concerned there for a second, because the last time we got something like this close to the beginning of the season, was the deaths of characters that we come to enjoy. Now, we've gotten a lot of new characters that I'm going to have to make marks for, and of course, update the board again. Thankfully, it's still not to the degree of Legends of the Galactic Heroes. Legends of the Galactic Heroes, at this point, I believe we had over 80. I don't think we're at over the 90 mark yet, but we were at over 80 characters, and we were adjusting ranks and everything like that. So that's why I'm now understanding that y'all said this was like Legends of the Galactic Heroes, but more of a lower tier thing, not high admiralty. So I appreciate that. Although we are covering a lot more of the high admiralty now. Maybe not exactly high admiralty, but you know, the royal families, the fleet admirals, the commander-in-chiefs, and that one duchess lady who I really do enjoy. She's fun. I mean, I enjoy a fun character. And I very much enjoy the interaction. Maybe I wish they had more interaction, her and the president, because I like the president's point of view of, look, I got a politics. If I don't say this stuff on you on a public record, then I might not get reelected. I didn't go hard enough on the alien invaders, right? And I need you to say something back so it looks like we're having a back and forth before you officially declare surrender. That way I can surrender for the benefit of my people, while at the same time not having to fight back. It's politics, you see? Play politics with me. I mean, at the same time, I do not enjoy United Mankind as a people at all, because obviously that's where he pulls his please be super racist to us, because my voter base will really hate that, and they'll love me for standing up against you. Oh, it's very, very like a secular thing, right? They have this whole speech thing that they say to every inhabited planet about how bad the Alb are, and he wants them to say it all over again to reinforce the issue. And they're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. What would we even say? Here's some examples. Ah, please don't. I don't want her to say, I like these words, and just start using them. I mean, obviously they're not horrible for us because it's like being racist against people who live on a planet. All of humanity lives on a planet except for a unique few. So I don't think that's much of a problem in the realm of racism, because that's like the Terran race versus a made-up race. I don't need to keep air quoting here. Because if they actually started doing real racism, I'd be like having to put up some like word blocks. This is not cool. This is not what I signed up to anime for. Otherwise, fun episode, I guess. Got more cat. Love the cat. I think there's going to be a lot of work here to do in the breakdown, though, so I'm going to move right into the note taking, and I'll catch you after the note taking. Alright, back from the note taking. I apologize if that looked really weird. I kind of had to get distracted a little bit with some video editing while I was in the middle of it. But, hopefully, it did not mess with the note taking. Sorry. Told you it was hot before. I always have a fan going right here. And I turn it off the recording. That's why I'm so burning hot. I don't want the fan interrupting the noise. I know you don't care. I'm just oversharing. Let's see. What do I have in the notes? Mostly if you saw me jumping back and forth, it's because I just wanted to double and triple check that I got the names of everybody specifically. And I think I only really added, let's say, Commanding Admiral Abriel. I was confused about, I put their name down. I will talk about them in a minute. Admiral Kinesh, Chief of Staff of the Phantom Flame, 3rd Fleet Space Navy Admiral. Samson, officer on Lafiel's ship from Midgrat. I have a note later on about the ab name, so I just keep it there. President Markit Talis, United Mankind President of Aptic 3. Gufadis, Chief of Staff for Duchess Spore. And Ikuria, officer on Lafiel's ship, thinks Daiho is cute. Obviously, we also have our last person there in the episode, but since they haven't appeared yet, or they've only appeared on the next time on, I'm leaving them out of the listing, and I'm just going to keep them as a note here, and I'll add them during that episode. Conceivably, that's when I'm going to add them to the board, I hope, as well. Thoughts, though. Are cats a jinx aboard ship? We know what the Information Bureau is good for, you know. So cat analogies and metaphors seem to be a thing among the Ob. Just have to wonder to what level or degree. Lafiel goes from "it's a jinx" that kind of makes me feel like superstition, and then she just says it's inappropriate. And then what's her name? Urqueliel. We get her name at the end of the episode. She doesn't seem to have that same opinion, so I don't know. Maybe just reading into it. Jinto said he got to see Lafiel's home 3 years ago, which would have been right after the 120 Armada attack on it during the United Mankind surprise attack. Either his glowing light was the glow of battle, or he somehow saw beauty in the place despite what must have been a massive amount of derelict craft and floating dead in space. I find it hard to imagine that they'd be able to clean up after such a massive fight that both sides had to call a ceasefire for in the span of time it took Jinto and Lafiel to get there. So, I just don't know what beauty he's beholding in that situation. Like, I guess, like, imagine. Sorry, I'm just now realizing that I'm talking to an international audience that not understand the reference. I was going to say Gettysburg because it's the closest thing I could think of to a mass casualty battle here in America, where even the battlefield you can still go to visit today and find like bullets from so long ago, despite the fact, I don't want to use a recent war. I don't want to be that guy right now. I feel like you understand what I'm saying. I'm just gonna move on. The Four Nations Alliance seems to have been reduced down to the Triple Alliance, which is now United Mankind, Republic of Greater Alcant, and the People's Sovereign Unit of Planets. It seems that the Four Nations Alliance lost their second strongest member. I referenced that during the episode. The Federation of Hania, somehow. It doesn't seem like the Ob could have taken them out, considering the ceasefire hadn't been broken until this episode. Maybe they just pulled out of the Nova Sicily Treaty once they had seen how hard the fighting was going to be. I have to wonder if they now exist as a third faction on the map, or if they pulled out of the Nova Sicily Treaty and the Ob just wiped them out. I mean, I just don't know. If it's a spoiler, don't tell me. If it's only covered in the books, I guess let me know. I do enjoy reading those snippets y'all keep giving me. Was Commanding Admiral Abriel just Lord Desagno? Calling someone just Abriel is very confusing based on what we know of the naming structures of these families. It seems like there could be a massive number of Abriels, and it's just, like Game of Thrones, where you have a cousin family in one of these royal families that shares the name, and you're like, are you one of the Preytels? I'm sorry, I don't remember Game of Thrones family names, but you see it, and they're like, no, no, I'm just one of the cousin families. I'm a servant to the main family. Just the Abriel name being used as a commander, and God knows how many royals there are. We only met what, three, four, four? No, I get now. Lecture doesn't count. Four so far. I have a listing of the commanders. Commander in Chief Admiral Admiral, First Fleet Commander in Chief Admiral Spore. Here's my problem: is that they just stopped naming them after that, but they gave us pictures. So like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like Second Fleet Commander in Chief Admiral of the Fleet Rulef, right? No name, just Admiral of the Fleet Rulef. Doesn't help me any. Apparently, the subtitles deigned to translate the Ob language for Spore's background banner. I won't tolerate being a duchess, but techie titles like Emperor are best suited to the Abriels. My name is Spore. It's very camp. I like it though. I know it was a crap move, but I rather enjoyed the Aptic 3 president playing politics with the invasion fleet and then not understanding why they didn't politic back at him. He was so disappointed after studying Ob communications and was worried that something was wrong in the communications network in between. At the very least, I could appreciate that he really didn't want to fight off an invasion and have his people killed or his property ruined. He's like, how can I best deal with this while looking good, while at the same time losing nothing, really? Because I guess the assumption would be that they would leave him in charge because they don't give a shit about the planets. They want the space and the trade, I believe, was what we covered way back in episode 1. I knew Midgrat sounded familiar. It's where the political allegory came from in episode 11 of the first season. Interesting to know that it was settled by one of the peoples mentioned in the Ob history as having moved from the home system and traveled planar space before they destroyed the home fortress, which would explain them traveling planar space before the Empire. But my thing is this: what the hell did the people eat, though? That was such a problem for the united mankind and not the Empire? we're talking early age space exploration, right? My concern is that maybe they weren't supplied well enough or the planet was not as habitable as it should have been when they first got there. Were they cannibals? Were they eating one another? I mean, even in that scenario, it's not impossible. There's places on modern Earth where diseases that aren't anywhere else run rampant, like genetic diseases passed down hereditarily because people are cannibals. And these are diseases you only get from eating other people. I don't know. Atto Soruya is Sloop's daughter. We covered that before. And a warrior in their family, because we know, duty and service. But the thing is that was a big point for Klwal being upset about how their family lacked any warriors in generations past. So it's funny that she exists, but we get his derision before anything else. So I guess we were about to hit some drama with Lafiel's commanding officer being the sister of the guy that she killed. And we literally get another shoe dropping as the episode ender because they say that and then Jinto puts his foot on the ground, which I guess is could be visual metaphor for a shoe drop moment, right? Anyway, I apologize if these came out weirdly. I feel like both the heat and the edit kind of made this a little bit weird. Either way, though, those have been my thoughts on this episode. I thank you once again for joining me, and I hope you find this in a timely manner. Thank you. Love you all. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?